Welcome to Outback Outdoors. Make sure you like, subscribe, and click the alert to stay up to date on all our new videos.
Let's go on. This is like drinking from a fire hydrant. So if you have a question, stop me and I can extrapolate a little bit more. I've just taken this little table, if you will, and you know there's some other things I've put on it. We're gonna fill that out. This is a worksheet you can find on alphabowhunting.com, and this is what's in my notebook when I go out to the range. I'm very fortunate. I live on a little farm north of Windsor, Colorado, and I can shoot 120 yards if I wanted to. Yeah, take a picture of that. That's great. But I have to be able to fill in all of these things. That's gonna turn around and tell me what my effective range is. All we've talked about right now is what? Distance, right? So let's go on. What about energy and distance? Would you guys all agree that the longer I shoot, the more kinetic energy I lose? It's math, right? Why does your arrow or your rifle bullet go like this, right? Okay, it's coming out of the barrel or coming off of the bow at a certain speed, and even sometimes it might even gain speed a little bit, but then it's going to start losing speed and lose altitude, okay? So energy and distance is huge. The energy your arrow carries downrange is as important to your effective range as your accuracy. Does that make sense? It's as important as the fact that I can hit a bullseye at 30 yards, okay? Why is that? Well, you guys have probably seen this. Easton came out with this a long time ago. It's kind of a suggestion of what kinetic energy we need to be effective on different species. So they're saying small game, 25 foot-pounds or less, you're okay on rabbits and stuff like that. So now we jump into medium game, deer, antelope, 25 to 41. Okay? We jump into larger game like elk or black bear or boar. Say that twice, 5 times. 42 to 65, and then we get into what we call our dangerous game, our Cape buffalo or grizzlies. 65 pounds. Anybody shoot an expandable broadhead? Okay. You can assume that your broadhead is going to, if an expandable, lose 5 to 15 foot-pounds on deployment. It's gonna suck that out. That's just the way expandables work. So if you're right on the edge of one of these, you might wanna shoot a fixed blade. I mean, another factor, and again, being able to adjust our setup. Let's talk about that. So here we are, we got a 72-pound bow, shooting a 460 grain arrow, 280 feet per second. Man, that's pretty good speed, right? That's pretty good kinetic energy. Look at that, 80.06. Let's go to Africa, right? But that's out of the bow, okay? Look at what happens. We lose about 3% per 10 yards. Does that make sense? So as I shoot 10 yards, this is 0 yards. As I shoot 10 yards, my kinetic energy is now 77.65. You can see it all the way out to 30 yards. I've gone from 80 to 73. Not a big deal with my setup, especially since I don't go to Africa and I primarily hunt elk. That's the biggest species. I did hunt moose. Finally drew it, 23 years. Yay me, right? In Colorado, as you guys know who applied for moose, how hard that is to draw. It's like the gold, yeah, it's hard. Let's go to a lighter poundage bow. So maybe you're a short draw length, 52-pound bow, 385 grain arrow, only at 255. Look at where you're at. If you're shooting 30 yards, you're all the way down to 49 pounds. Now you're on the low end of that big game, right? Something to think about, okay? So As we factor this, I'm going to show you how not only distance, accuracy, but energy will help you decide what is my effective range. All right. Your accuracy and your energy together will dictate your effective range per species. If I'm hunting small game and that's all I'm doing, I'm pretty okay. I can pretty much do whatever I want. As I start to move up into deer, antelope, I got some flexibility. The moment I start hitting bigger game, and we need those higher kinetic energy, that higher foot pound for that punch, now we're dealing with an issue. So let's do a mock test. If I was shooting elk and I'm using 8-inch, 9-inch circle, you could say 60 yards is my effective range. Okay? But if I'm shooting like I do, a 7-inch, then honestly, 45 would be my effective range, wouldn't it? Okay? Then you can also come and look at your kinetic energy and look at how your kinetic energy changes over distance. If you were just caring about kinetic energy and you were just going to hunt medium-sized game, you could go all the way out to 85. But look at what your accuracy won't allow you to, right? So it's kind of like checks and balances. There's sometimes your accuracy will let you shoot further than your energy will let you shoot. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's kind of how we use this worksheet. Any questions? This is why I tell you when you go to shoot your bow, have a notebook. If there's a method to your madness, you will be able to log this and you will be able to see patterns that you can make changes to that I promise you will make you more effective in the field.
Thanks for watching Outback Outdoors. We encourage you to comment below, and as always, like, subscribe, and click the alert to stay up to date on all our new videos.